Over 30 years ago in Return of the Jedi, the fan-favorite character Boba Fett fell into the mouth of a Sarlacc beast on the planet of Tatooine. After this, the ultimate fate of Boba Fett is a question many fans of Star Wars have. In the expanded universe, Boba was able to provoke the creature into contracting around his jetpack, at which point he used all its power to blast his way out. Although he was injured a great deal due to the Sarlacc stomach acid, he was rescued and nursed back to health by fellow bounty hunter Dengar, and later returned to plague Han Solo and the Skywalker family time and time again. But alas, the EU was thrown out to provide us with more stories and replaced with new in-canon novels and comics. The mystery of Boba Fett's survival continues to plague the minds of fans to this day because of it. But there is a light among this darkness. We have received some very, very intriguing and thought-provoking information concerning the notorious bounty hunter and whether or not he escaped the Sarlacc pit. For the longest time, director Josh Trank was rumored to be directing a Star Wars anthology film centered around Boba, but this eventually fell through and never came to fruition. Although many still believe the currently still unnamed anthology film set to release sometime after Episode 9 is still in fact a story based around the Mandalorian bounty hunter. Now I want to talk about why I personally believe we actually know whether or not Boba has actually escaped, even if no one directly involved themselves has come out and said it. In the canon Star Wars novel Aftermath, which takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi, I think we receive just about everything shy of actually Fett appearing in the book. On Tatooine, two travelers come across a Jawa sandcrawler and decide to enter. What they discover is amazing, with tons upon tons of broken equipment and wreckage, including pieces of a very fancy and luxurious sail barge, the likes of which only an exceptionally wealthy individual could ever hope to afford. Also among the pieces of the barge, the two travelers come across something even far more exciting: abandoned Mandalorian armor. The armor is said to be quite broken up and damaged, with a quote concerning it saying this: "The armor is pitted and picked, as if someone with some kind of acid, been through hell and back." This to me perfectly indicates that this armor has been inside of a Sarlacc and been privy to its nasty stomach acid, and more importantly, been back out. It is confirmed that Sarlacc pits take up to 1,000 years to digest its food, and since Aftermath takes place well before 1,000 years have occurred, there is no way the armor would have found itself outside if someone on the inside had not escaped. The way Sarlaccs feed is they first inject their prey with neurotoxins that make it impossible for them to move, and thus allows easy digestion and breaking down of the body. In fact, most that are ingested by Sarlaccs, although privy to constant excruciating pain, die of dehydration or starvation long before being digested. There are simply too many familiar pieces in play in the Sandcrawler for it to be a coincidence, and I take it as everything shy of confirmation that Boba escaped. It has all the necessary hints: the planet Tatooine, the remnants of a luxurious sail barge, and on top of all that, a set of Mandalorian armor with acid damage present on it. My working theory is that because Boba had his armor on, the Sarlacc was unable to inject him with neurotoxins and immobilize him, which allowed the bounty hunter to retain his movement and gave him time to think of a way to escape. Beyond that, I have no clue about the specifics of the escape. All I know is that I became extremely excited when I read this section in Aftermath. So with this addressed, it also raises other pressing questions, such as where did Boba go after he escaped? And if he is still alive, why wasn't he in Episode 7? And could we possibly encounter him once again in the timeline after Return of the Jedi? I certainly think one way or another we will see Boba back on screen in time, with the big mystery being when. Boba is a fan favorite character and, more importantly, moneymaker. He's also a unique character in the sense that in canon not much is known about him besides what we've seen in the movies. Boba has been rumored to have some type of role in Rogue One, most likely aiding the Empire in reacquiring the stolen Death Star plans from the Rebels, and he also has been rumored to be playing the main antagonist in 2018's Han Solo anthology film. I think that if one of these rumors doesn't occur, the other definitely will, but personally I really want to see Boba after Return of the Jedi and what path he chose after he seemingly escaped the Sarlacc. Anyway, tell me how you feel about this. Do you take this as confirmation Boba is alive, or do you think it was, however unlikely, still just a coincidence? Also, where do you think Boba will pop up next? Thanks as always so much for watching. Don't forget to share the video to get the word out. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.